What's going down? This is Donnie Houston. I want to tell you about Rodney Jones Law Group. I was recently involved in a car accident while I was taking an Uber, so I called a few attorneys, and all of them kept giving me a runaround. That was until a friend suggested I call Rodney Jones. I came into the office and explained what happened, and not long after, I was back in his office. Rodney worked fast, and I got paid. Work-related injuries, car accidents, slip and falls. Call Rodney Jones, he does it all. Don't fall for attorneys with all the gimmicks. Call the attorney who means business.
Donnie Houston.
Yeah, man, it's going down. This Donnie Houston podcast. I'm Donnie Houston. Check it out, man. We got a special guest today. We talking about legendary H-Town history, hip-hop history, man. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about, people that really were a part of the foundation of really creating this thing, you know what I'm saying? There's a few people we got to start with, and today's guest is none other than Street Military, Flea and KB. What's going down, man?
What's up with it?
What's up with it, Donnie Houston? We've been waiting to get here. We've been waiting to get here, man.
We ain't scared of no fucking police. Every time I hear your name, that's what I think about, man.
Boys been saying, man, y'all need to go on to Donnie Houston, man. Y'all need to go on to Donnie Houston, man. That's all we've been hearing. I said, okay, we're going to answer y'all request.
We here.
We're going to hit Donnie Houston up, and now we here.
Yeah.
Live in the flesh, Street Military in the building. You feel me?
Already, it's an honor to have y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? So
it's an honor to be here.
I know y'all got the new album, Black Royalty coming. Got this new single out, I Salute, with Zero going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doing real good. The new single, I Salute, is gaining a lot of traction on this road to success.
Yeah.
A lot of blogs are picking it up. What I've been seeing on the internet, boys is really feeling the message, man. Yeah. It seems like the message is the right type of what's going on right now. The message is relevant to what's going on. You know what I mean? And I hope it balances out to at least stop, some of the bloodshed that's going on in our community. You feel me? Yeah. We need to balance this. We need to look out for each other, man.
Sure.
And even the feature Zero, talk about that, because that, relationship with y'all, you know what I'm saying? That goes.
Man, Zero, man.
Zero,
you want to take that Flea because he Most City bound, Ridgemont 4 bound, you know what I mean?
That's just family, man. Ro just, he gonna be there for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Like us and Ro, we got this cult-like following. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's not gonna let you die. Like, they gonna keep you alive. Like your music throughout the years, man. They gonna keep up with you. So, but Ro, man, Ro is like family, man, and he contributed so much to the project. You know what I'm saying? And really looked up. So yeah, man, Ro.
Yeah. Shit, him and Flea pulled me back in because I'm telling you, before we started this album, I was in that place. What's that place Kanye be going to?
That sunken place.
Yeah, I was in the sunken place, and Flea hit me up and said, "Hey, man, we over here working, man. Come through."
Yeah.
So I ain't gonna lie, my batteries was kind of dead just because of life, man, in general, man, going through the struggles and, you know what I mean.
Actually,
children. I was going through that real life shit. My batteries were dead. And when I went over there, it seemed like they gave me a jump. Like they hooked their battery cables up to me, gave me a jump and boosted me off. After that, shit, I've been ready ever since. And now we at the end of an album, Black Royalty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is it just y'all? Is Icy Hot involved? Y'all have any leftover Pharaoh verses from back in the day, or anything like that we can expect on that?
Well, we couldn't get any leftover Pharaoh verses, but Ice is definitely involved in the album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With a lot more features, and we wish we could get some Ro verses, man.
Yeah, we're in the process of trying to get access to some. You know what I mean? We're in the process.
Can you tell me, because it's always been interesting, you know what I'm saying? Y'all like this super group, you know what I'm saying? But everybody from different parts of town, though. Can you tell me how the Street Military thing even formed? Where does that start?
Well, actually, my partner, Oliver Trim, rest in peace, introduced me to Ice Hot and Pharaoh. So, this in Briarville in Mo City. He introduced, we go to Macadale crib, which is Ice's little brother. We go to Macadale crib, and we get to rapping against each other, like pretty much all night on the corner. This me, Pharaoh, and Ice. So we on the corner, we just going at each other, going at it. So Icy just like, man, let's go in the house and do something. Let's go in the house and do some music. Just before the name even came about anything. So we go in the house and drop a song and figure out the name. We going back and forth on names, and I came up with the name Street Military. So we were like, man, that's it. Like everybody was like, that's it. It's before we met KB. So we doing talent shows and, you know, competing for money. And we hitting different clubs and clubs that we could get in because we kind of young. Some clubs we couldn't get in, but we was.
How old are y'all at this time?
Man, we like everybody under 21. You know, so everybody under 21.
I was like 16,
Icy
17
probably was
at
the oldest
time.
at like 21. KB was the youngest, and I was right up on the Icy. But long story short, we competing at Charlemagne, and and we go to Charlemagne and we walk in to go there and
Wait, because you gotta tell me, like, what is Charlemagne? Like, where was it at? What type
Charlemagne
of spot?
is a club on the north side.
Yeah, it's been
They had
many
rap
names.
contests.
You know, it's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
Gucci's.
But at the time
probably
it
the
was
Dog
Charlemagne.
Gun. Okay, at the
Yeah,
time it was Charlemagne. Yeah.
So we hit Charlemagne, we going Charlemagne competing. We walk through the door before we can get on. We see this little skinny black kid, all white Dickie suit, button all the way to the top. He on stage rocking the whole show. And we looking at each other, and Ice tell me that's his cousin. I'm like, what? I mean, he done rocked it and he got off stage, right? So it's our turn to go up. This me, Pharaoh, and Icy. We go up there, we rock it. So at the end of the show, we both come in first place. So we go in the bathroom, split the show money with KB. We split everything evenly. And from then on, we went our separate ways.
Yeah.
But we went to Gerard Records, which is a record label that was in South Park off Reed Road.
Gerard,
First company we was with.
Is that Keith Babin?
Keith Babin, exactly.
Yes,
Keith
exactly.
Babin. Shout out to Keith Babin, them. They like family still.
Cut from a real cloth.
Yeah, straight
You know
up.
what I mean? Cut from a real cloth.
Yeah, that's when we kind of joined together and pulled KB in. Because it was just me, Ice, and Pharaoh at one time.
So how y'all even link up with Gerard Records? Y'all just happen to just walk in there
Well,
like,
no,
hey,
Pharaoh was from South Park, out Belmont. And we was all really like hometown heroes in our hood. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was pretty well known too before the Street Military. Like KB was Kenny Boo from Trinity Garden. You know, Pharaoh was Lil Darryl from 3B. You know what I'm saying? I got a history in Most City, Lil Dogs. You know, and Icy was who he was. Icy was hip hop back then. Like Icy could scratch, beatbox, pop, lock, whatever. You know, whatever pertained to hip hop, that was Icy Hot. So he had that mind and that mastermind to put things together. Like
so Icy Hot more so kind of like orchestrating things for y'all as far as musically and stuff like that. Or
Yeah,
tell me like
music,
everybody
yeah.
roll. How would you?
Yeah,
say,
he
like,
was the producer.
Yeah, Icy was the
Hold
producer.
on, to get back to the story of us meeting before the club,
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean? Before I even joined Street Military, I was on the block hustling. Young nigga on the block hustling. Niggas was coming back to me talking about this group because they had been coming to the club, getting in the shows, and niggas come back on the corner.
We going to
telling
his
me-
hood.
But you doing your shit
he
over
from
there, so
Trinity
you
Garden.
doing
Yeah, he from
I was
Trinity
known for
Garden.
battling niggas in the hood. I'm talking about we go stash the rock somewhere from selling dope, and then we get to battling. And these niggas kept coming back saying, "Hey man, these niggas, Street Military, man, they coming to the club, man. They winning all the talent shows. You need to go get in." I was like, "Huh, Street Military? Who is them niggas?" You know what I mean? Like, so the next week I was like up there, and that's when they see me. Walter D, I went and got me a fresh beat for Mike B, because back then I was in
Wait,
that.
Mike B was making beats way back then?
Yeah, but Mike B was the mastermind for that Trinity Garden, Cashmere Garden area. So I went and got me a beat from Mike B. He used to have like a little house, little shed on the side of his house, and he made that into a studio. You know what I mean? So I went over there, and I don't know, I forgot the sample that he used, but it was like and man, he put that beat
yeah,
together.
man, I remember that damn song, dog.
Man, Mike P
Oh, I
put that
remember
beat
that
together.
shit.
I say, yeah,
Oh,
I'm
I
going.
remember that song.
And Walter D.
Time keep on slipping.
Time keep on slipping.
Yeah, I
slipping.
remember you rapped
You know
on
what
that
I mean?
shit, dog. You killed
Say,
that.
man,
Oh, man. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Walter D. That was the first DJ that put me on stage, man. This my first time even getting on the stage. I'm motivated and inspired because of these niggas. You know, I've been hearing about them, so I'm like, nigga, fuck that. Nigga, this North Side, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
Was the North Side, South Side thing kind of already like a thing back then?
Not really. Not
at the time.
Not at that time. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
but it did. We was in that era though. Where it was, catching fire.
And I was repping Trinity Garden. A lot of people don't know I'm originally from Port Arthur. You know what I mean? So I was going back and forth from Port Arthur to Trinity Garden. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's a whole history, but involving my stay in Trinity Garden. You know what I mean? I was adopted by a lady named Margie that took care of me. You know, since I was like 12 or 13 years old. So I was going back and forth from Port Arthur to Trinity Garden. But you know, Trinity Garden was my base. You know, I first started rapping in Port Arthur when I was like 8 years old. But when I started going back and forth to Houston, Houston was my base. That's why I just really got started. You know what I mean? And when I hooked up with Street Military, that's when everything just took off for me.
And to answer your question, too, when we got with Gerard Records, that's when we kind of formed. We went to Gerard.
Yeah.
And basically Key Babin, Churchill, Kiki, man, them boys dropped cash for us. When we got with them, they built the studio from the ground up so that we can work in. We used to sleep in that studio, just working in that studio. Just then next thing you know, we was getting everything started, finna start the group, and I'm telling them we got one more member. And they're like, who, man, how can y'all have, you know, it's you, Ice and Pharaoh, man, y'all straight, man, y'all don't need no, they telling me this, y'all don't need nobody else. I'm like, man, we got one more member. Yeah, so they tell me, man, well, call him up here. If he live like y'all, then he in. Man, I called KB, man. KB shot up there, dog. As soon as he got in the studio, dog, in the booth, it was a rap. He just went off. And them niggas looking at each other like this here, just tripping like, oh my goodness.
Skinny nigga, special ed looking.
Yeah, man, that nigga just killed it, and it was a rap. And we just started making music from there.
Yeah.
And Gerard Records started putting money behind us, T-shirts, and you know, the studio. We got us a show with Bust Down at Boomerang. We did a show with Bust Down. They, you know, High Rollers, you know.
Man, you bring Boomerang up. Before you go any further, Boomerang was notorious.
Oh,
that's where we got a name at because we would go in there and do shows, and before the show was even through, we'd be fighting. You know what I mean?
Before the show started, we'd be fighting.
Man, it's just, you know what I mean? I done got hit with chairs in there. Went girls and picked me. We were fighting so hard one day in that motherfucker, man. Somebody came across and hit me with a chair and knocked me down. And I seen a girl came in. You all right, KB? You all right? Go on, get back in there. Man. Got back in there. We just throwing, man. We was notorious for that.
Yeah.
That shit even got back to Rap A Lot one time. I was hollering at Big Chief. Big Chief say, man, KB, we been hearing about y'all, man. Y'all boys been throwing down.
That's what I was gonna ask y'all. But y'all live, you know what I'm saying? How did that ever not happen? Y'all not signing to Rap A Lot or anything like that?
Well, to make a long story short, Jay did send for us.
Yeah.
Jay sent for us, and we went to the office, man.
Yeah.
And
we was too involved with beatbox.
We was too involved with beatbox and Wild Pitch Records, man.
We sat down and chopped it up with Jay, man.
We chopped it up with Jay.
Jay gonna give you some good knowledge, and we chopped it
I
up with
believe
Jay, man.
if we woulda got signed to Rap A Lot during that time, we woulda fucked around with triple platinum. Because Rap A Lot had their shit together, and they was already bosses in the streets, and they were certified.
Yeah, for sure.
Street Military up under that, man, we would have been gone. That would have been triple platinum. You know what I mean? So that was, in my mind, as I look back, that was one of our biggest mistakes as a group, associating ourselves with Beatbox Records.
Because we had so much affiliation with them. Like Icy was, before I met Icy, he had already did a song with Willie D on Willie D's album called Past the Peyote, like Back in the Gap. And then Snapper and Jay, one of our good partners, Snapper from 3B, him and Jay were kinfolk. So he the one kind of plugged us in with Jay when we went to the compound and chopped it up with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And I hate we missed that. If the fact that we didn't make it with Gerard, because really Gerard was the first record label we was on.
Yeah.
We should have made it with them, but
did y'all leave Gerard?
No. It was unfortunate, man. Look,
unfortunate situation.
Juneteenth, we going up there. We supposed to have a big meeting, right? We late as usual. We on the way to the studio. We cooped up an icy little car. That I forgot the name of that little car. But some little hatchback too though. We 5 deep, nigga. All 5 of us. We rolling. I never forget. We rolling to the studio. They had a party in the parking lot at the studio, but not at our studio. It was next door. Was it Reed Lounge or something?
Reed Lounge, Silver Eagle, one of them.
Yeah. But they was having a Juneteenth type festival outside. Everybody out there dancing and partying. Man, we roll up, trying to make our way through the party. The feds got everybody in Gerard Records laid down on the ground, mask on CBs, you know what I'm saying? They shut everything down. I mean, dogs everywhere. That's the last day time we just bust a U-turn. The only thing survived was the group, and a few of the guys didn't go to jail. But Keith is out now, but Keith did, I know, a good 20 or something like that, and came home 15, still, 20, from that situation. So that situation fell short because of, you know.
And I want to explain, our relationship with Gerard Records was a good relationship, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like we could have really made it with them guys. They was cut from a different cloth. They was from the streets.
Most definitely.
They understood the struggle, just like we understood the struggle. Keith Babin, the first guy, you know, we all grew up without our fathers. We was like a group full of ghetto bastards.
Yeah, exactly.
And Keith Babin, I looked at him like a father. He the first one. I was like 16. He put me in a big long stretch Benz and told me go on about my business.
He put all us in cars and went about our separate ways. We would go in his house, in his closet. We ain't have nothing to wear to shows and shit like that, man. He'll just open up his closet door and leave out and say, man, here, man, y'all about my size, just try some on. And we got pictures with all his clothes on and shit one day because we just was, you know, we ain't have shit to put on, but he let us in his closet.
One thing I learned, though, people that don't have no ill will, not to cut you off.
No, you good.
Excuse me.
No, you good.
But people that don't have no ill will toward you or trying to do you in, they'll invite you to their house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They not trying to hide nothing. That's what I learned that. You know, people that had ill will toward us was gonna try to do something to mess over us. They never wanted us to know where they stayed at. Yeah. They tried to keep themselves. They tried to keep you know, their personal shit like real secret. You know, and just think, oh, this is business. They never want to, you know, allow us into that, you know, area of their life. But that's one thing I could say about Gerard Records, man. They was cut from a different cloth. Kiki, Churchill, Keith Babin, man.
Yeah.
We were supposed to make it with them, but
still talk to them boys to this day.
To this day, man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, things happened, and we had to move on and
ended up with Beatbox Records.
Yeah, which was.
But I mean, okay, well, take me this, because at the time it was cool. So tell me about like how y'all even got in, you know what I'm saying, involved with Beatbox.
Well, from the beginning of the story, Big Mike.
Yeah, Big Mike.
From the Convicts had introduced us to two guys.
These African guys. Ralph and Eno.
Yeah, Ralph O'Bidgefer and Eno Took. I still remember their name, boy. If I see them today, you know, I don't need to say that on tape. But anyway, those two guys, those two African guys, Ralph and Eno, before we even knew that Richard was in the picture, those were the guys that were dealing with us. You know what I mean? And back then,
like managers or something.
We didn't know the business. We just wanted to be star. I'm gonna be honest. We didn't know the business. It was a totally different relationship than the relationship that we had with Gerard Records. It wasn't like a family relationship. It was just like straight business. Whatever they knew about business, they wasn't telling us. Yeah. They was just trying to use us as service providers. Yeah. You know, I guess that's how they look at artists, as service providers.
And basically, not to cut you off, basically went from a label that got a studio built from the ground up for us to work in to a label that just want to pay for studio time. Like, all he did was like black and white covers. Like, we didn't even have no type of image or, you know, no type of bio until we got with like Wild Pitch, not to speed the story up, but Like it was no type of promotion. You know, any type of promotion, it was on us. We jumped in the car, drove to Arkansas, Alabama,
Mississippi. We understand that now.
Yeah.
Back then, we didn't understand that we was actually the ones that was blowing ourselves up.
Yeah.
All they doing was sitting back, sending us.
Scared, man.
Yeah, scared, man. Sending us in the van while they followed behind us. We didn't know that back then.
Yeah.
We got calicos and pistols in the van. All of us, Pharaoh, we all in one van. We pulling up in neighborhoods in Mississippi, Tennessee.
Promoting our shit, passing our shit.
We don't know nothing about it.
Yeah.
Passing out posters, looking for weed, and
New Orleans.
Shit, man, we get killed. I was the youngest of the group. I'm not gonna say I was just all tough and I was kind of like paranoid sometimes. We doing some dangerous shit out here, fucking with this music.
True story. We in Little Rock and shit. We looking for some weed. We need some weed, goddammit. So shit, we riding, we don't tell Ralph them, but we like, man, hey, stop over here, man. So I get the Mac 11. We get the Mac 11, some posters and shit, some CDs and tapes. And we walk right over to the ghetto to some niggas that look like us. We're like, say, man, where weed at, man? We from H-Town, man. Them niggas looking at us like, man. You know, they look kind of funny. But then we like start getting them posters. Then niggas, we start flowing and shit. Then a crowd start gathering around. Next thing you know, everybody got our posters. We got everybody rocking. Niggas passing us weed now. And now we got a sack and headed back to the room.
Real street
like,
shit.
Yeah, like shit like that. And them niggas sitting over there in the car scared, looking like Ralph Nino.
Man,
like, come on,
Ralph
guys,
Nino,
come on.
We went to a club in, what was that, Mississippi.
Yeah.
That club called JR's.
Yeah.
Where 3 trucks was on this side, entrance, and 3 trucks was on that side of the entrance. And when you go through the middle, you know, on both sides, a line of trucks here, a line of trucks there, and you go through the middle. But on both sides, it's people in the bed of the trucks with AK-47s.
Yeah.
Man, this is a true story, man. And I was like, wow. So I got to talking to
Even
somebody.
at the door, as soon as we came to the door, first thing he told us, don't throw up no gang signs.
Don't throw up no gang signs.
Don't call out no gangs.
Really don't even be fucking with the girls in here because they belong to gangs.
The club was so split up and separated red and blue to where like anything could break out at any time. They blood walking, crip walking next to each other. Shit about to start on the floor.
That's what I was finna get into. That somebody told me that, man, somebody died at this club every week.
Yeah.
Said,
What the fuck? Yeah, that's
what
they told us.
That's what I was saying. I said, this shit unreal. Nah, man, this is a true
Yeah,
story,
that's
man.
what they told
I'm
us.
telling you, man. Guy said, man, somebody died at this club damn near every week. I was like, what? Man, Ralph and Eno, they got a glimpse of what was going on around it. They said, hey, KB, let us know how it went. We're going to go back to the room. And it, man, left us out there by ourselves.
Yeah.
We could have been considered kids back then. These grown motherfuckers, man, left us out there by ourselves to fend for ourselves and promote ourselves while they went back to the room and talking about, hey, man, call us and let us.
We didn't know what a bodyguard or security was. All we knew was we had us when we was out on the road.
Man, you would have looked, back then, you would have looked like a simp having a bodyguard.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Back then, you know, it was different times back then. You know what I mean?
It was just like our music always built the bond with the people because we went to Cincinnati. Me and you by ourselves. Remember we went to Cincinnati?
On the KB and Flea thing.
Yeah, on the KB and Flea thing. Man, we didn't know they even knew us. Man, there was a gang of niggas waiting outside for us to get there. Yeah. And when we walked up to the door, they looked in our face like, Flea? KB? Man, we chopped it up with them niggas. We were such people, like, fuck with the people so heavy.
The streets, man.
Before we even got in the club, wasn't no back door going in. We go straight through the front door like everybody else. And we fuck with them niggas for about 30 minutes before we even, them niggas telling us to come in. We fuck with them niggas so heavy just outside before we even went in because these niggas weren't even coming in until they seen us because they never seen us, first of all. And they was shocked to even see us. Like, wow.
Yeah, they rushed us so hard that I thought I damn near was.
We let them all on stage.
I damn near was getting in the stance like, oh, fuck, we didn't, you know, where we at, you know
like
what I mean?
we thought these niggas was finna rush us or some shit. But we ended up letting these niggas on stage. We rocked out with these niggas all night. Went back to these niggas trap, ghettos, just man, and
all that.
rapping the rain.
These were some of the hardest niggas in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, they was doing shit, man. The laws was coming through there, and they was like, get the fuck out of here, you pussy mother, get the fuck.
It was such a different environment from where we was from.
Yeah.
Like Cincinnati was just so ghetto and just so, man, just
on a whole nother level.
The streets was just looked at wild back then.
Yeah.
And we was out there with them.
And they loved us, man.
Yeah.
We was out there with them.
Yeah.
We didn't judge them. You know,
Yeah.
we didn't look at them like they was, you know what I mean, anything other but royalty, just black ghetto royalty.
How was it? How was y'all's reception when y'all were here? You know what I'm saying? How was H-Town reception and shit? Like once y'all start putting out the don't give a damn and you know what I'm saying?
Man,
all that type
H-Town loves the fuck out of us, man. First of all, like you said in the beginning, we was all from different neighborhoods, and we were all known in those neighborhoods.
Yeah.
We still have followers in each one of those neighborhoods till this day, including the Southwest. Shout out to Hamm Clark, South Park, Trinity Garden, Southwest. You know what I'm saying? Mo City for sure, because those are the neighborhoods and those are the hoods that really supported street military. Like in Texas alone, man, we can do numbers.
Yeah.
Like for real.
We've been one of those groups that stood the test of time.
Yeah.
Because of the type of music that we put out.
Yeah.
I call our music hardcore. Not hardcore, but hardcore.
Yeah.
Soul. Like,
from the
like
heart.
a rap group like
This ain't
Earth, Wind and
fast
Fire.
food, nigga.
Rap
This
group, you
soul
know, like
food.
a Isley Brothers
Yeah.
rap group. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They never forget about us. We could still go somewhere and perform Tears Came and Don't Give a Damn. And Mama Said Don't Play with a Gun.
We still got
You know
the
what I mean?
catalog.
We
Yeah.
still got the catalog.
We are the
you know what I
masters.
mean? We are the
We are the
masters.
creators, you know.
You know
so
what I mean?
we still got that chemistry.
What's that movie?
Yeah.
What's that movie called? The Last Dragon that had Bruce Leroy in it, and he was running around looking for the master. You know what I mean? Bruce Leroy was running around until he figured out that he was running around looking for
his
himself.
goddamn self.
We are the masters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We are the masters of our destiny now. You know.
So we
They
went
say
back.
there's what 3 type of people out there: those that make things happen, those that watch what happened, and those
Shit.
that, you know what I mean,
that do
that
nothing.
don't know what
That
happened.
don't, yeah,
So-
yeah.
so we
Back
went,
then, we were those that didn't know what happened. But today, we making shit happen.
Yeah.
We understand that this shit is still in our hands. Our destiny is still in our hands. It ain't over yet. The
Yeah.
fat lady ain't sung yet
at all.
at all.
Yeah.
We got so much wrapped in us that we want to get so. Man, I'm telling you, man. I'm
We feel
starting,
like
I'm starting
it
to
feel
get
like our
goosebumps
music
now.
can compete in any era.
Yeah.
Like it don't matter. Shit, 90s, 80s, 70s, 2000s, 2030. Like it don't matter. Like our music, like once you hear it and you grow up on it, it's real music. You know what I'm saying? It's just hardcore, like what KB said. That's what we call it, man.
Yeah, and I want
Hardcore.
us as hip hop artists to stop rooting ourselves up out of this game. When you look at country, they ain't got no age limit on
Yeah.
country. Them
Yeah, no, that's the
motherfuckers-
only genre where they be like, oh, that nigga old. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
time to get out
Yeah,
of
that's
it.
the only
The
genre,
artist. How you
yeah.
gonna let somebody kill your art until that's when you dead? When you stop creating, that's when you dead.
Yeah,
Like for real. Like you keep on pushing, man. Keep on creating, whatever you love to do, man. Die doing that shit.
Yeah,
man.
just don't be spit that real
Yeah.
shit. You know
Hell
what I
yeah.
mean?
I mean, don't let it
And
take
ain't no
you
age,
under.
Ain't no age limit.
You know what I'm saying?
on
Don't
no
let
real
it take
shit.
you. Don't let it take you under. At the same time, take care of your business. You know, but
To continue on what I was saying though, a motherfucker can start his career in country music, and it don't end until his motherfucking ass hit the grave. Just like rock and roll
man,
too. Rock and roll artists, they be going out there, man. Them motherfuckers be in their 60s.
guess who ain't
and
listening
70s
to that
still
shit? Niggas like Jay-Z. I just heard a song with Jay-Z, nigga, last night with him and Nas and them. Niggas still doing it. They ain't listening to that
Well,
bullshit.
the thing too is that, you know what I'm saying, it ain't like 15, 20 years ago. Now it's like hip hop done got older, so whoever was listening to Street Military when y'all first came out,
Yeah,
they didn't grew up.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
one good
And
thing.
they gonna continue to be, you know what I'm saying, you
Yeah.
gonna continue to have that audience, cause shit.
Yeah. It's
I don't mean
just-
You
to
talking
cut you
about,
off, Donnie.
you know, 20, 30 years,
Yeah,
you know,
I don't
go
mean to
ahead.
cut you off, but they've grown up and then they passed the word on. It's almost like a treasure or something. As they're growing up, they're
They put their
passing-
kids on it, yeah.
Hey, man, these are the niggas right here, street military,
Yeah.
that you need to be on. These niggas was spitting real shit. You know what I mean? They inspired me through all these hard times and struggles. You know what I mean?
And all they do now is Google and look us up. you know, try to get some history. And it's up to us to build that flame back up and come back and kill the game, you know?
And it's way more easier than when we was, because at the push of a button, I can be in Miami, LA, New York. But back when we was really hustling with this shit, we had to physically get there and physically have connects. And sometimes you had to really have you a good deal up under your belt or be on the major to really push you out there to get you over the top. You know what I mean?
How was y'all experience? Because y'all did end up signing the Wild Pitch. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got that kind of experience. How was that?
Man, it was cool.
I don't think Wild Pitch was the best fit for us.
You
know what I mean? I don't think Wild Pitch was the best fit for us. Rap-A-Lot would have been the best fit for us during that time. You know what I mean? Because we was an underground group and they understood the streets. Wild Pitch ain't understand no motherfucking streets. They wanted to promote Tears, came first to try to make us radio friendly and industry friendly. We wasn't industry friendly back then.
We wanted to drop Don't Give a Damn.
We wanted to drop Don't Give a Damn. We would have signatured that style before Bone Thugs and Harmony. Because a lot of people was coming back and saying, man, Bone Thugs Harmony took y'all style, man, they stole y'all style. Nah,
KB and Pharaoh been doing that shit.
See, that's
been doing that shit.
Telling you, man.
Talk a little bit about Pharaoh.
Oh man.
Man.
Shit. If you had to describe Pharaoh, how would you describe Pharaoh?
I couldn't put him inside this space.
A monster.
A motherfucking monster,
a
man.
Monster, man. A monster, dog.
Pharaoh, on one of the songs Pharaoh inspired me on was Funky Funeral. Man, I ain't gonna lie, I was struggling a little bit with my Funky Funeral because, you know, sometimes as a writer, we was doing so much shit, you have a little...
KB was always the youngest.
Yeah. You have a little writer's block, and me and Pharaoh was working on that Funky Funeral. Man, Pharaoh said, kidnapper, snake waist. That's what he used to call kidnapper, snake waist. Back then, nigga, I was so skinny that, nigga, my waist was just small because I was skinny. I had a six-pack because I was skinny.
We all was so much different characters and shit, man.
Can you describe each person, you know what I'm saying? If you had to describe each character in the group, and then KB, you can go, you know what I'm saying? From your point of view, how would you describe each character?
Man, I'm going to start with Icy Hot. Man, funny, silly, talented as fuck. Man, and just determined and stubborn.
Yeah.
Pharaoh.
When you say stubborn, what you mean?
I mean, just when he got something that he gonna do, and if you try to talk him out of it or something, he ain't trying to hear you. Like, Icy gonna do that shit his way, or if you want to get a tape from him or something, and you tell him to send it to you, Icy gonna be like, nah, nigga, you have to come over here and come pick it up. Nigga. Like, man, just send it to me, start it. Nah, man, come by the house, please.
Yeah.
So you gotta come get it, you know what I'm saying? In them type of ways, you know, not no just bad way.
Yeah.
But Pharaoh, man, monster, man, just a walking talent. Just like he be doing shit, he be in the fucking bathroom brushing his teeth and singing. You can hear this nigga just all day in the goddamn bathroom, man, brushing his teeth. Cause we used to the whole house was like a fucking military boot camp. We in there hitting iron, cutting hair, cooking. Like everybody, we hands on doing some shit.
We all wasn't cooking.
Yeah.
Y'all don't tell the truth.
I was doing the cooking. Yeah, I was doing a whole bunch of the
Flea,
cooking. And
none of us knew how to cook.
Yeah.
Flea had to feed our ass. That's another thing people don't understand. Flea nourished our ass to get us to where we fucking was, man.
Say, man.
That bitch, we don't know how
I had
to cook.
niggas hitting that iron in there, like straight up, we got punching bags. You know, shit, we might be in there wrestling or something. Nigga, we in there playing mad, smoking, writing, doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of other shit going on. But, yeah, man, not to get off the subject, but Pharaoh, man, monster.
Yeah.
Man, just, like I said, walking talent, man. Everything he did sounded like magic, you know what I'm saying? Like music. Like when he could sing country. He could just say little shit, and that shit'll be idea, and he'll just be playing around.
Yeah.
KB. I say me and KB kind of like, man, we like a fucking hybrid. I'm like an indica. He like a sativa. Like just gonna keep you up and high and hey! Like that's KB, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there you go. And I'm laid back in the couch with it. You know what I'm saying? We like a hybrid. you know what I'm saying, together. So
That
yeah,
two-headed,
the indica and the
two-headed
sativa, you know what I'm
monster.
saying? So
That
yeah.
two-headed monster.
Yeah, man. So there you go. That's my description, man.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about DJ Screw, man. About your relationship with Screw.
Man.
And I ain't gonna lie, they don't know the real story. But before we knew Screw, and we heard that he was putting our shit on his tape, we didn't even know him, nigga.
Yeah,
I think
we was
finna
at
get
Gerard.
up and
We was
go
at
looking
Gerard
for Screw
Records.
and
Yeah.
be like, nigga, what's up, nigga? And, you know, we didn't know who Screw. That was the beginning
this
of
was
the
the-
innovation.
yeah,
That was during
yeah,
the time
real
where
shit.
the invention didn't.
Cause it was
you know-
Daryl Scott at Den when we were with Gerard Records.
Yeah.
And SUC hadn't even, been built yet, but they was coming about. They was coming like a well-oiled machine too, And Screw, my relationship with Screw, he had never met us, but we heard him screwing our music. Like you say, we was looking for him and trying
we
to
was
get at
looking
him.
for him, trying to get him, because we didn't know. And
Yeah.
then when we finally got at him and we hooked up with him, man, we loved him to death.
And that nigga loved us to death.
Hey,
He called us his favorite group with NWA.
Yeah.
And he would tell us like all the time. And he actually, I never been to his house, but Screw had been to my house.
Yeah.
Because I was in Ridgemont. There was some things going on where Screw used to come through. Shout out to Fifi. She used to stay down the street. LaTroy used to stay over there on my street. Me and my little boy out there shooting basketball. And Screw stopped by and seen me in the yard and in this blue Impala. And he pull up and hop out and was like, Flea. And I was like, Screw? Like, man, what's up, man? He said, what I hear? Y'all heard that KB and Flea album. So I gave him some wax. And next thing I know, I hear Cold World and Get Paid and shit, chopped and screwed. And that's how that came about. And then his relationship with Zero had created right in the same little time. You know what I'm saying? And he embraced us, and we embraced Screw, man. And it was nothing but love, though, man. It was nothing but love, dog.
And back then, when Screw really started gaining popularity, your career could be enhanced if you were associated with Screw in
Hell
any
yeah.
kind of way. I'm telling you, during that time, the boy was blowing up. And it's only, I regret every time I
Not
used to
going
be
over
around.
there.
Damn, man.
Not
he
going
was
over there.
But some of y'all went up with.
Pharaoh
I know
went
Pharaoh
over there.
went over
Pharaoh
there.
went
But
over
man,
there.
every time
Yeah.
when I used to see Screw and we used to be kicking in the club, you KB come by the house,
Man,
KB.
that's
and man, that was one of
I
my
hate I never
biggest
made it over there.
motherfucking regrets.
yeah.
Not listening to Screw and coming by the house, because I had so much shit going on in my mind, drugs,
Yeah.
bitches. I mean, I just had a whole bunch of shit going on, man. And I was happy-go-lucky. I was on to the next. I was too energetic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If somebody could have tapped my ass like, hey, man, you just heard Screw told you to come to the motherfucking house, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even at that time, I was young and still didn't realize what was going on, a full picture of what was going on around us, because it was happening during that time.
Because everybody was.
Shit, if I had a time machine, I'd go back. When Screw tell me, hey, KB come by the house, I'll be dropping shit. I'll be spending the night at that motherfucker.
But thank God he chopped and screwed us. You
Yeah,
know?
thank God.
Thank God he did that, because
thank God.
he elevated our career as well to me, because, I mean, it was a lot of people didn't know about us that knew about Screw. And he put, you know what I'm saying, them on street military.
And that shit was traveling,
just by
man.
saying our name. You know what I'm saying? And same thing with Pimp C. And,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And your relationship with Pimp C.
Yeah.
You know, and my relationship with Bun, we always been like a tight
I was gonna get to
Yeah.
that, but you had said something real quick, and I was gonna kind of hit on, because you was like, man, I had so much going on. You know what I'm saying? Bitches, drugs, all this. Like, y'all was so influential, and that came through in the music. Like, I got a partner of mine was like, man, shit. I used to wake up and, you know what I'm saying, when they was talking about hitting that fry, wake up in the morning to go to school, he was like, man, I was doing that shit listening to street military. Like,
Yeah.
and y'all just talk about that being y'all, like the culture of what, you know what I'm saying, what was just going on at that time.
Yeah.
Man, we was writing music that everything that was going on around us. Like, we wasn't talking about nobody else's lives. We were each individually talking about ourselves
Yeah.
in our music, and it was true.
Yeah.
Like, it was real. All the shit you hear in next episode, man, we found out in a song that ain't nobody really just fuck with their daddy. Half of us didn't even know him, just never seen him. You know what I'm saying?
And that, y'all figured that out doing that song.
Yeah, doing that song.
Yeah.
I rapped first on there. They heard my shit, and I think they wrote something like, damn, Everybody
similar,
got a,
you know what I mean?
everybody got a little verse in their rap where they don't fuck with their dad or their dad is not involved in their life.
Yeah.
So that shit kind of kept us, you know what I'm saying, real close together. Like no fathers, you know what I'm saying? Like we felt like, nigga, it's us.
Yeah.
Like it's us, nigga. Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah. Nah, man. Okay, so we was talking about the Pimp C thing. Cause me and my boys, we be watching that clip, and that nigga was like, "You want me to do him? Yeah, do him." You know what I'm saying? With the Pimp C thing, man. When you I guess y'all was out somewhere.
Time, man, I was out in Austin at the South by Southwest with my snake. I had my snake and had my snake piece and chained up. I was the only nigga. The only nigga that ever piece and chain a python up. So let's get that straight.
That shit is in the goddamn studio and they sent us a bill behind the motherfucker.
Yeah, shit it in the studio and but anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Not to veer away from the story. Yeah, I was at the South by Southwest and UGK had just came off stage, or rather Pimp C. Bun B may have been with him. Yeah, I think they had a UGK show. Pimp C was doing something on stage solo. I didn't make it to that point. I kind of made it, came in there like on the end ass of it, you know what I mean? And I heard a bunch of commotion going on, you know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, what's all that commotion? Then I hear Pimp C voice, yeah, bitch, yeah, motherfucker, never. I mean, going off, you know what I mean? So a lot of people don't know this, but I'm originally from Port Arthur, Texas. All my people on my mama's side are from there. Thomas Boulevard, Gilliam Circle, right around in that area. Shout out to PA, you know what I mean? And I always had love for Bun B and Pimp C, you know what I mean? It was like my brothers. Even if they didn't know it, they was like my brothers, man. They was from the hometown of PA, and they were standing up for it, and you know they inspired me, you know, because at the same time I was repping PA underneath repping Trinity Garden, because I was going to both of those areas, traveling back, and Trinity Garden embraced me. To make a long story short, though, Pimp C was arguing with this guy, and I felt like he shouldn't have been arguing with Pimp C like that. He was trying to be disrespectful, and there was some bodyguards around him at the time, but they wasn't really doing nothing, you know what I mean? So I was like, this nigga ain't for the keep yapping his mouth like that. So that's when I went over there with the snake. I don't know if I dropped the snake or what, but when I looked back at Pimp and he seen me and I said, man, you want me to do him? You know what I mean? And he didn't make me do it. So I'm not putting rest in heaven, Pimp C. He didn't make me do it. I made the choice. It ain't had nothing to do with Pimp C. It had all to do with me. I made the choice. So I went over there and I gave that motherfucker a haymaker. I'm talking about I came from the rock. And knocked his ass smooth out. I don't know if the snake hit him right before I hit him and the snake hit him, or I dropped the snake or what, you know, but I knocked the nigga ass out. And man, I ain't gonna lie, it was like time had slowed down. I can't explain it. It's like time had slowed down and shit got slow motion and everybody was like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, damn, I hope I didn't fuck up. During that time, I say, I hope I didn't fuck up, because it was people around that bitch filming, man. I was like, man, these motherfuckers gonna get me locked up. But I'm glad that because it was the actual video to it. But somebody said, we ain't gonna incriminate KB, you know what I mean? And they just put the audio out there, you know what I mean? But that's what happened. And then when it was all over, Pimp C rode up on the side of me and was like, even he was shocked. Like, damn, nigga, I ain't, you know what I mean? Like, went over there and took care of business, street military style, you know what I mean? He's like, man, KB, you know, I don't want nothing to happen to us, and you know, I say, man, we good. Don't worry about it, we good. And later on that night, or I think it was the next day, we end up hooking up. Yeah, we end up hooking up at a UGK concert at one of them clubs, and we was back there. It's the video to where we talking in front of the car. It was a notorious video, and we was on there together talking. You know what I mean? That's the video after that shit. But man, one thing I noticed, man, in this shit, man, is negative energy, man. You know what I mean? Like, man, the more positive shit I try to do and the more positive shit I've done, I've never got recognition like when something negative happens. Man, when that shit happened, my motherfucking phone damn near caught a heart attack. It was like the whole motherfucking city of Austin.
He had to lay low.
Was calling that motherfucker. You know what I mean? And I was like to myself, like, damn, man, that was something negative, man. You know, I can't take it back now. But man, all the positive shit I done, helping people and doing shit, man. Ain't nobody calling me about that. You know what I mean? So these are things that as we go through life, we're just learning. You know what I mean? Life lessons,
Yeah.
you know, as we grow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How early does your relationship start with UGK though?
Man.
That's a good question because
shit, way back, we got pictures with Bun.
Yeah.
And probably fucking, 91.
And then when Pimp
we
C,
did a little concert together.
yeah, when Pimp C got out of jail, he started looking for us because him and Pharaoh was locked up together.
Yeah.
Now I remember him saying like, man, yeah, I want to get them boys back to, you know what I'm saying, get them where they need to be and all that.
So
Like,
he called me up and told me, yeah, KB, don't worry about shit. I'm finna look out for y'all. You know what I mean? So when he died like that, man, that really just put a damper on. I was like, damn, man. You know, finally, man, a true soldier who's certified in the streets was gonna come back and look out for us, man. Throw us a bone and say, here you go, street military. Boom, do what y'all got to do. So, man, that was an unfortunate thing. May his soul rest in heaven, man. That was an unfortunate thing. But, yeah, we became good friends after he got out of jail.
Yeah. Kind of going back a little bit, can you tell me, like, what was the decision for y'all to do the KB and Flea thing when y'all did that album?
Man, I think Rohad went to jail.
Yeah, Rohad went to jail, man.
And shout out to X-Band Records, Jared Oliver and old Pee Wee and them. They gave us a shot and wanted us to do an album. So we were like, shit, you know, why not?
Yeah.
You know, so we jumped on the idea and we chose production from T-Mix, and I always was trying to get at T-Mix, because when I heard that fucking 8-Ball and MJG shit and that Suave House sound, shout out to my nigga T Draper too, you know, we went to school together, so I had history.
Shit.
Yeah, I had history with Face, yeah, I mean, Brad.
Well, so you was at the Ridge over there with Blast and all of them at the same time?
Yeah, Blast, yeah. I don't even know me real good. But, yeah, not to get off the subject, but, what we was at on the thing with
shit, the KB and Flea album, the
yeah,
production,
yeah.
T-Mix.
Yeah, the T-Mix, man. Was trying to get that T-Mix, man, and get some of that production they was giving out, you know, because that sound was like just magic to me, man. When I heard that Ball and G, that I be your obliged if you step outside, man, that whole sound of that album,
sound
man,
was incredible, man.
Yeah, it was incredible. And I looked
at
up,
classic.
I used to always look for who produced what and who did what.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we was always trying to get the best sound out there. Yeah. So shit, I thought it was T-Mix at the time. So we went straight at him and shit, he produced a bad motherfucker. At the same time, shout out to Danny from Beaumont, because he did half the album as well.
Yeah, Danny Jackson.
So T-Mix produced half the album, and Danny Jackson produced half the album.
So who did Cold World?
T-Mix.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, and that's when I went over there. First time I watched somebody just play the guitar, the keyboard, and he let me I wrote the hook and shit like that. And it was like incredible, because the beat was just incredible, and I wanted to write some shit that just the world, like, man, this
trying to survive, man.
Yeah, man, I wanted to write something that the world could feel, and we got some good recognition behind that song in some cities on some radios on that particular song.
Not to cut you off, but that's when we found out that we really had a chemistry together as a two-man duo. You know, because we didn't know that at first, you know what I mean? But when we got to bouncing back, you know, songs like Jack Move and going back and forth, and then we had a nice little chemistry.
Really started with Don't Play With a Gun.
Yeah.
Is where it started.
Yeah, that's where it started at Don't Play With a Gun.
Because I was like, man, let's switch it up, man. Let's go back and forth on here. KB on this part. Ro gonna stand out anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let Icy go first and do his thing. And Icy killed that first verse.
That Icy killed that first. That bitch is a classic.
And I say, one week be in the club with it right here. You know what I'm saying? And that song came about like that. And had Pharaoh hit that survivor on that motherfucker. And shit, that Don't Play With a Gun was a bad motherfucker, man.
Yeah, but that album there, man, we wrote half of that album in Beaumont, wrote half of it in Houston.
Yeah.
And that's some of our most classic work right there.
Yeah.
On that album, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you tell me kind of like, you know, when it kind of became an issue with the beatbox thing? Because I had Rich on here, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with Rich, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he was kind of saying like y'all kind of had, I guess it was a mix up with y'all going to Memphis to do an album or something like that, or like.
Yeah, we still don't know what the fuck he talking about because he ain't never came to us and talked with us.
Yeah.
He was talking about some shit that we done with 8-Ball and MJG. We don't know that. We went over there and got some beats.
Yeah.
And paid them for the beats.
So y'all didn't sign like a deal or nothing like that?
Hell no. Where it's at? That's what I'm saying. We don't need to play no guessing game. Where the fuck is that? And why didn't he call us and say he was having trouble? If he was having trouble, he should have called us and say, hey, man, such and such, such and such. Okay, let us get on the phone and let us take care of this shit or whoop the whoop or whatever. We didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, man. So he was just on here talking. You know what I mean? So we come to clear that shit up. The real motherfuckers on here now.
Like for real.
We come to clear that shit up. So anything you got to ask is, hey, we gonna give you an honest motherfucking answer.
Nah, I think that really was more
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
I think that more so was the thing, and I was like, okay, well, I guess that's just more so a conversation. It's been a long time. Y'all can smooth that out.
We ain't know nothing about that shit. We did business with them, and we took care of that shit, and it was a done deal. You know what I mean? So.
Is it any opportunity for y'all to do that? Because I mean, at the same time, for whatever reason, at the end of the day, y'all still made history. Y'all still put out classic shit over there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, actually, like I said in the beginning,
we could have put out classic shit anywhere during that time. I ain't gonna lie.
Straight up, Donnie.
We could have been on Donnie Houston. We could have been on Donnie Houston records
during the whole situation of the street military, everything. Like in my life, I probably only seen this dude probably 25 times in 25 years. Like he was never around when everything was going on. Like I say, he just paid for studio time and was ghost somewhere. Never knew where he stayed. Never knew what Beatbox Records was. Like never had an office, and if he did, what was it? And he never had no.
Beatbox Records was a for-profit organization to me. They didn't really build no relationship with the artists. It's like, just slap your name as executive producer on something and now you the owner and now you get to eat off these artists for the rest of your life. Nah, man, fuck that. It don't work like that. You know what I mean?
No, it don't. And haven't given a royalty statement, not a royalty, but royalty statement in over 25 years on all the music that he have on us right now that he's distributing and putting out. Like nothing, no paperwork saying he owe this, he owe that, or he's just haven't kept
this over 20-something years, man. 27. You are now hearing it on the Donnie Houston show. Street military never received a royalty or royalty statement in over 27, 28 years.
Whatever the time frame is.
Whatever time frame, never. I'm gonna just put never.
Just period with him. With him. And that's just straight up. That's just straight up.
Did y'all ever request them back then, or y'all just kind of now on this side more so like, well, okay, well, we can clear it up, then let us see, you know, what the numbers was and what we might owe or what might be owed to us or whatever the case may be.
Somewhere in Chicago, absent, never around,
man, we
seldom seen.
I think like, Richard, I think he
only gonna meet you in a public place because I don't
think he's a street nigga. I think he's cut from a different cloth because I think we trouble his spirit, man. We trouble his spirit when we're around. It's like whenever we was around, it's like, I gotta hurry up.
We're gonna meet at Starbucks.
Yeah, we're gonna meet and we're gonna do it quick, and I'm gonna get out of there and get out of here to a safe zone. Cause these niggas here, they from the streets. They kind of crazy a little bit, you know what I mean? Not that we like that anymore. Back then we was, but right now we on some business shit. We on some boss shit. We'll meet up with you and talk with you, and we ain't gotta throw no hands. You know what I mean? We could talk it out like men. You know what I mean? If that's what you want to do, then that's what we can do. But if you don't want to do that and you just want to talk it out and come to an understanding, we willing to do that. Shit, man, fuck that negativity. Yeah, we tried to.
Tried to, though.
He embarrassed me because I was telling Flea before all this shit got kicked off with going back and forth on the internet.
Cut him off. And KB was going back and forth with him, and I was like, man, I mean, that's on you. However you want to deal with him. KB say, Flea, let me work him. Let me holler at him. Let me try to negotiate some shit.
I was trying to bring us all together, man.
Yeah.
And we posted our original
cover to the Black Royalty.
Yeah, our original cover to the Black Royalty. We posted it on the internet. His ass went on there and grabbed the photo and posted it on his shit, talking about executive producer,
Beatbox Records, Richard Johnson.
Richard Steel Gangsters Johnson. Come on, man. Stop playing with these people, man. Acting like he's executive producing the album and he's about to put the album out. Don't do that, man. So Flea seen that, and I was like, I lost Flea. When he see that, fuck trying to come together now. It's mash mode now. You know what I mean? So I couldn't. It fucked it up. But nah, man.
And then he created a brand out of our name.
Yeah.
And didn't consult with none of us, like on no money, no type of nothing.
Yeah, the street military brand.
He just created a brand on our name, something that I created, my name that I created. He created a brand off of my shit and didn't come get us or nothing. Just because you did some albums on us, back in the day, them particular albums you have stake in, but you don't own our name. We own our name. We are street military.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Pharaoh, Icy, KB, and me. And that's it, man.
And that's it.
And Nut, rest in peace.
Blood on that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe at some point y'all might be able to smooth that shit out. You know what I mean?
I see, man, we willing to. I see where you coming from.
Yeah.
Because you feel like, y'all worked together in the past. Why can't y'all come together? And we was willing to do that. But man, you got some people that just don't want to. You got some people that'll come and say, hey, man, just because we had differences back then, we're going to squash that, and I'm going to help y'all come up, man. I see y'all want to be CEOs. I see y'all want to be bosses. I'm going to give y'all a helping hand. He ain't that type of dude, man, the way he want to see us like that. It's always he got some kind of grudge against us and want us to always be underneath him. Dawg, we can't be underneath you. We our own bosses, man. Yeah. Respect us as bosses, then we can get along in the same room.
His label. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what the fuck we look like still being under a motherfucking label, man?
Label. Yeah.
Yeah, we our own bosses now. Respect us as that, and then we can get along. It's not that we won't come to the table, Donnie. I'm telling you, man, we will.
Yeah. We'll sit down with him.
We'll sit down with him.
Matter of fact, I just seen him the other day. Bumped into him. Walked up to him, was like, what's up, Rich? Flea, what's up, man? Hey, just trying to make $1. I was like, yeah, okay, bet, and just kept it like that. Because I know we handling our business. Like, we've been taking care of our business. So ain't no need for the bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No need to tear the store up.
We ain't trying to,
over no bullshit.
Yeah. Like, I know what he bought and he know what it is. So we just kept it moving. Yeah, but we taking care of our business.
Yeah, and if you can't work with somebody, man, then it's best to just move on your own,
Yeah.
About your way, and I tried. Like I said, I've tried it, man. I've tried it. But if you can't come to the table with us and sit down and look at us, just like how you look at yourself, you know what I mean? It ain't gonna work, because we ain't them people, we ain't them service providers like we was back then. We are CEO, we bosses, you know what I mean? And that's how we
operate.
Yeah, that's how we operate.
And that's it.
And that's it.
No, I feel that.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man.
We could have been on Donnie Houston Records back then. I think we still would have blew up, man, because it wasn't about what label we was on. It was the music that we was going in producing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was the 4 guys coming together and the chemistry. You know what I mean? We had that chemistry with or without a label. I wish we would have had the business aspect of it, so we could have really took advantage of our talent and our career, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. We could have really, and during that time, I gotta say this, God did send a little lady named Miss Cornell.
Oh yeah, to try to get us on our business.
Yeah, to try to get us on our business.
Not to cut you out, but at the end of the day, it's our fault though.
Yeah.
Whatever situation we in, we blame ourselves, full responsibility. You know what I'm saying? We don't blame Richard. You know what I'm saying? We just nigga, don't be trying to fuck with what we got going on now.
Yeah, we
don't
blame
saying?
Richard.
What we did with you back then, You know, that's you and us.
Y'all
though.
accept responsibility for that.
Yeah.
For sure, man.
We on the
wasn't
Donnie Houston
educated.
show, we
wasn't
accept
educated back then.
responsibility for that shit. You know
yeah,
what I
we
mean?
ain't know no better, but we know better now.
Yeah.
So, shit, we still got action.
We still got action, baby.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be that CEO boss action. Fuck what a nigga talking about.
And through a push of a
CEO
button,
boss action.
You know,
hey!
it's so easy now. From a push of a button, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Richard, man, he still got some stuff he gonna have to contend with us so far as our rights in those albums. It ain't over yet, you know what I mean? But if he gonna come to the table with us and try to sit down and talk with us like men, it might not have to go as far as it's gonna go if he don't, you know what I mean? And that's not no threat, man. That's just saying that, hey, look, man, that's on some business shit. Yeah. Like, man, we grown now. We got contracts. We know what went on now. We didn't understand back then. I signed a contract when I was 17 years old. I didn't have no parent there. That was illegal. We didn't have our own representation. Lawyer. We didn't have our own, you know.
It's a lot of shit, though.
We was thinking we was going to get half. You know, it was going to be 50-50. Shit, we still waiting around for our 50. You know what I mean? Shit, what the fuck?
Basically, we had to boss up, do our own shit, man.
Goddamn right.
And we want to rewrite our own story. We hear so much shit about street military. Yeah. We got motherfuckers that started pages on us. You know, we come back to control and take control of our shit. Like the shit that we started and did. So this is really what this about. Like, man, we don't want nobody else writing our motherfucking story.
And Richard can't tell our story because he don't know us like that, man. I never been to your house. I never ate at your table. Man, dog, you don't know us. And then he talking like he know Pharaoh. He don't know Pharaoh like that. Man. You know what I mean? This was just business stuff, man. It wasn't a relationship like we had with Gerard Records. Yeah. We was eating at the same table. Nigga, if you didn't have clothes and I got clothes, nigga, here goes some clothes. I don't give a damn what I paid for them. You know, if you ain't got no car and I got a car, here go a car for you to get to where you need to be.
Four niggas
you know what
in
I mean?
Cars in a group. I know it's hell to try to manage 4 and 5 niggas in a group.
The only time we been to his house is when we found out where he stayed, and we was in that motherfucker. We
popped up at that motherfucker.
Looking in the motherfucking door. We like, nigga, where?
That's the only time.
And his wife called him, or somebody called him and told him.
He started blowing us up.
Hey, man, what's going on, man? Y'all was at my house. Goddamn right. Goddamn right, them dogs here. Because we need to eat. And you know what happened when them dogs don't eat.
We need some answers.
Yeah. So and then trying to sell our name in our face like that, that's real dangerous, man. You know, I've had to talk to people and people have had to talk to me on not to, you know, allow that to get to my emotions or do nothing crazy. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, I got family, I got children, I got people, I got too much to lose to be doing something stupid. But trying to sell shit on the internet, using our name in our face and not come and say, hey, man, we need to break bread. I know I'm doing what I'm doing. And how are you doing? What you're doing ain't original. Because if you got street military in anything you doing, nigga, that's us. Nigga, take the street military off and just use brand. And go do your shit. Go do beatbox.
Yeah, why are we the only group that was on the label that you still fucking with?
Like he obsessed with us, man.
It was several artists and groups that was on that label. But we the only ones he seemed to want to piggyback and try to just profit on all
living off our energy, man. Yeah. Trying to scrape and crumb off our energy, man. But that shit gonna come to an end, man. And I'm telling you, he need to sit down with us and really go over this shit, man. Like you were saying, like, y'all can't come together like men. Okay, if we can't come together like men, then we got to choose other options. You know what I mean? And that ain't no threat. I'm talking about on the business side, we got to choose options, you know, business-wise. But even street-wise, if it come down to it, we'll still have to choose certain options. You know what I mean? We ready forever right now. Ready for whatever right now. You know what I'm talking about? So, you know, that's all I got to say on that. You know what I mean? I don't hate the man. You know what I mean? I just feel like Beatbox Records wasn't the right fit with us. And had we got with somebody that, you know, had more artist development skills, we could have went a long way, man. Because if you really look at it, where's the promotion? We only shot one video. Tears came with making it, and that's when we got.
That's what somebody. Is that when y'all got Wild Pitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't
If
shoot
we
no
so
video, no.
if we so
If
family,
he loved that music so much, you didn't think to shoot one video for none of the music we ever did? Like none of our music deserved a video? What you think? Did any of our music deserve a video to try to reach some more people?
or the proper promotion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't wait on no major label or none of that. You can do this shit independent.
But he called himself a record
think
company,
they
but didn't
found.
act as
I
one.
think the reason why they found out we could sell with no radio play and without very little promotion because of what we was doing in the streets, man. Just piggybacking off of us. That's why I say back then we might not have known what we were actually doing, but now that I look back,
Y'all ain't understand y'all value at the time.
man, I understand
No,
that we was doing a lot, and a lot of that shit came from us, man.
Man, I need to get some ice when you get a chance.
Getting out in the streets and promoting, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, man, tell me, I mean, shit, y'all back on it now. You know what I'm saying? Taking ownership of the brand and everything, man. So what's the future looking like for Street Military?
Man, the future is looking good for Street Military. We got the gear, as you can see. This is part of the gear, you know what I mean? We got posters. You know, you can log on to streetmilitary.com. You know what I mean? Get our gear, get posters, and we got a lot of other little trinkets, you know, merchandise that, you know, people can buy. We add new stuff to the store. You know, next couple of weeks we'll have some new stuff added to the store. You know what I mean? And we're gonna be putting these records out. The new Street Military, Black Royalty is coming soon. We ain't got a release date for it yet, so I know people been asking me, man, when y'all gonna put out the whole album, man?
You
When
gotta
y'all
build
gonna
up
put
a
out
buzz, man. We've been gone so long.
Yeah.
You gotta create a buzz, you know, through all types of media now. It's a different game.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of people that don't know about us, but it's some people that do. So we gotta make sure we create the buzz for an album.
Yeah.
You know.
And we also need the people to share and repost whatever we share. You know what I mean? We need y'all to share and repost because the streets is what made us. That's why I say it ain't had nothing to do with no record company because they didn't really promote, you know, do no radio promotion and none of the streets really what blew us up because of our relationship with the streets. The way we treated the streets is the way they treated us back. You know what I mean? We showed the streets love and they showed us love back, and that's what put us over the top. You know what I mean? So if the streets want us to come back and put us over the top, they can. You know what I mean? But we asking. We ain't just, you know what I mean? We ain't just riding off of the fact that, oh, we Street Military, we legendary. Fuck that. It's a new day and time.
We got a bad motherfucker cocked and loaded, man. Black Royalty.
Shit.
And, 18 songs on the motherfucker with some nice features on the motherfucker. And I mean, we definitely coming back. Shit, ain't playing no games. Like for real, for real.
Nah,
Like like the first song, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I salute.
Yeah, that's
you
cool.
know, we
Yeah.
need a message to get out there and grab everybody.
Yeah.
But we still
Y'all
Street
finna start
Military.
coming with that
Yeah.
Street Military. Yeah.
Like we still street, dog. Don't
So
get it twisted.
that's what I'm saying. A record company,
Yeah.
all they got is some old shit that we did. They can't really come with no new shit like how we can come because we are the master. I love this part of the game, you know. I just love it, man, that we survived. And the only way, like I said, the only way we survived is because of the people. The people kept us alive. People that kept playing our shit, that would never let us die.
That cult following. Man. That cult
Zero
following.
out there, steady. Man,
Yeah.
Zero been waiting for us for a minute. He steady been like, where you niggas? I'm waiting on you niggas. I'm steady screaming y'all name when y'all, and now we done finally showed up. Okay, all right, that's what I've been waiting on. So
He like, let's go.
let's go. You know what I mean? Let's get it. This that new street.
Yeah.
Real quick, man, before we get out of here, any word on Pharaoh possibly coming home soon, man?
No, it's not, man. Not a word on him coming home, man. Like shit, we ready for him. His
We
family,
ready. I
family
think in the
ready for
spirit,
him.
the spirit is telling me that, man, it ain't gonna be long, man. Because
Yeah, we just trying to put that energy out there, man.
as
You
we
know what I'm
started
saying?
building this business back up and taking over our shit and getting our shit straight, that's the final piece to the puzzle.
Yeah.
I seen coming together like Pharaoh getting out, and then we coming all together. And,
Not
you know
even
what I
as
mean?
more for the music, man. Just for him to be home.
Yeah, just
with
for
his
him to be
family,
home with his
man. You know what I'm
family,
saying? And shit, to see some of the world, man. Like he just got a bad rap, man. He did his time. You know what I'm saying? He paid for what he did, and shit. You know, the system got a way of holding a motherfucker, you know, when your shit ain't together. So,
but we're not gonna sit back and just wait for them to do this. We're gonna get on top of it, and we're gonna see if we can help the situation by talking to a few lawyers and seeing what can we do to try to look into getting him home earlier. You know, I'm in the process of talking to people now
let
to
people
see if
know too that the shirt that we had made, the you hoes can't face the military, like a percentage of that we gonna get a Pharaoh every time somebody purchases that shirt. So that's a way to give back to him. You know what I'm saying? With the
y'all got that right now on the site right now?
Yeah. It's on the site right now.
Streetmilitary.com.
It says you hoes can't fade Street Military. If you see that on www.streetmilitary.com, you'll see the shirt.
Yeah.
Nah, that's hard. That's hard. Well, man, I appreciate y'all coming through. And we're going to do a part 2, too, man, do some other stuff, man.
Yeah, because we got so much in us. It's going to take 2 or 3 shows because we ain't never talk about all the wild shit with the shows and, you know what I mean, when we was doing the whole Southeast
getting guns
region
pulled
tour.
out on me and
wait. Okay, well, let's get a couple of them in before we get out of here then.
Oh, Flea, you want to tell that story?
I'm going to tell that story, man. It's me, Ice Hot, and Klondike Cat, man. We at Gerard Records. See, we in there all night. I think we was doing that motherfucking kick door or something, man. So we leave and we out of weed again. So we need some weed. So we go to stop off of Scott Street, man, off of Main. Where we normally go, but it's a little late this time. And we know everybody that pretty much be over there. There was a Jamaican cat named Pops that we see over there. Every time we see him, we done gave niggas posters and tapes and shit all over there. So every time you see it, you like, hey, you know, we holler. He talk Jamaican, you can barely understand him. So we holler and I go back there, give him a sack, and then I burn out. This particular time, it was a little late leaving the studio. So we, Ice Hot, and Cat, I jump out, take the little money back there. I remember I got my brother hat on. So I walk to the back alley. It's like 3 niggas standing back there. You know what I'm saying? I'm figuring like it's just the niggas who with the weed or whatever. So I gotta walk right from here to that window. So I walk back there, Ice Hot and Cat still in the car. Walk back there and get a nigga my money. The dude turn around and pull out a pistol on me. And I'm like, damn, what shit? What's up, man? I'm just kind of like, got my hands up and shit like that. And then he like, doing that shit. The other 2 niggas standing by him. I'm like, here, man, what else you want? I'm going in my pocket and shit, trying to keep my little movement going. Then, you know what I'm saying? I reach out and give him my hat, then I grab his motherfucking ass. Game changed. Now the pistol ain't pointing on me no more.
Yeah.
Now we wrestling in the back of the alley, and Icy and them niggas still back there don't know what's going on, but me and this nigga fighting for this gun. Pow! The motherfucker that went off. The other 2 niggas done ran off. We wrestling, the gun that went off. Now I got the motherfucking gun, but the bitch ain't had no clip in it, so I'm trying to bust at the niggas. They done took off running, and I done wrestled the gun out the nigga. I done ran, I see Cat come from around the corner like, Flap, nigga, what's up? What's going on? I'm like, these niggas trying to rob me back here. I'm back here fighting these niggas. And he was like, what niggas? He's like, these niggas just, I was just right here with. They go, these nigga pistol right here. He like, how you get the nigga pistol? I like, nigga, I was wrestling the pistol from the motherfucker. And I like, God damn. And I'm shaking because my homeboy OT just got killed, man, probably like 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying, prior to this, all this shit happening. So I jumped back in the car. Shit, no weed, this nigga pistol. It's just a silent little mode on the way back to Macadale crib, and I got the nigga pistol just holding it. Like, I'm just mad as fuck, man, about just the whole situation, just how it went down. But I just felt like that was one of them situations,
that's some
man.
wild shit, damn.
Yeah, it was real wild, because I was fighting for my life back there. Yeah. It's a difference. Like,
hey, I want to ask you this, though. This shit, do little boy know that he got put up against the wall by the feds? Because we was one of the only groups out of H-Town to get busted by the Fed. They come in.
We was wild, man.
And kick down our door looking for niggas that was hanging around us that was killers. You know, because I ain't gonna lie, Street Military, we was an underground group and we had killers around us, people that had bodies, and you know what I mean? They was doing shit. They was coming and interacting with us, and we didn't know all the shit they were doing. You know what I mean?
Did know.
Yeah,
really did know. But at the same time, to tell you this story, to take out from this story, they came, kicked the door in. this was a life changing shit for me.
Yeah.
Because I remember because I used to have my son. I was one of the only ones that I always had my son around all this shit.
Yeah.
Because baby mama had to go to work, who's wifey now. Shout out to her. She was at work.
Yeah.
And couldn't nobody else keep him. But I ain't want nobody else to keep him. Sometimes I wouldn't even take him to the daycare. You know, I had that bond with my son because of not having a father.
Straight
so
up.
I wanted him around, and everybody knew him, like the whole little clique and the whole little family. But to jump back to the story, the feds come kick the door in and make everybody put their hands on the wall. And I look back, and my little boy got his hands on the wall just like me, because he used to do every fucking thing I did. You know what I'm saying? So he got his hands on the wall. I look down like that.
Just think, a little nigga about yay high got his hands up like that. He already baptized in the street military gang.
That shit
You know what
killed
I mean?
me. You know what I'm saying? That shit killed me. Like, oh fuck, hell no.
Yeah.
I gotta get from the fuck away from this shit.
That was just some of the
You know what I'm
wild.
saying? Like,
wow, that's just a little bit. But like I say,
that's
man,
that ain't
we definitely had to do a part 2 because we got so much wrapped inside and we remember all this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, we got some wild stories.
Yeah, but hey, man, thank you for having us, Donnie.
Man, I
Appreciate
appreciate y'all
you,
coming
Donnie,
through, man. Yeah.
We've been waiting to get on this motherfucker for a long time. We done did it, man.
Yeah.
And to the people, we done gave y'all what y'all wanted. Y'all made the request for us to get on the Donnie Houston show. We done did that.
But y'all
You know
want
what I
that
mean?
album. We know
y'all
what you
want
Get
that
down, man,
album.
and our salute right now
Yeah.
on all the platforms.
Yeah,
you know
our
what I'm saying?
salute,
Salute
man, right
on
now. Video dropped today, matter of fact.
Yeah, the video
Shit.
dropped today, May 1st.
Video dropped today.
Yeah.
Check
So
that video out.
stream that, download that, you know. You can find us Instagram at the Street Military, Facebook at the Street Military, Twitter at the Street Military _, you know what I mean? Street Military Vivo, TV Street Military is going down, man.
Yeah.
We on all the platforms, man. We finna give y'all that real music when this album come out. It's gonna be the truth, man. It's gonna be the truth. That's all I got to say. It's been giving me goosebumps. Man, it's gonna be the truth, man. It's gonna be some shit that y'all like, hey man, we love this shit. This the shit that we fell in love with, and y'all done amplified this shit 20 times, you know what I mean? And man, rest in peace, Pimp C. Rest in peace, Bushwick Bill.
Free Pharaoh,
Free
my
Pharaoh,
dog.
rest in peace, Nut Butter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Wicked
Man.
Cricket.
And thank all y'all for staying rocking with
Yeah.
us, man, all these years.
We appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate Donnie for having us.
Appreciate Donnie for having
Using
us,
his
man.
outlet, you know what I'm saying, so we can get at y'all.
Using this great platform.
For real.
Man,
You know what I mean?
appreciate
Because
y'all,
this
man.
is,
Yeah.
we can't forget about that. This is a great platform.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man,
And the
appreciate
people,
y'all.
Yeah.
we ain't saying it, the people saying
Yeah.
it. You know what I
People
mean?
love Donnie, man.
Yeah, the people love
Straight up.
Donnie.
That's what it is, man. Well, hey, man, Street Military, it's the Donnie Houston Podcast. Hey, man, we out.
Donnie Houston.